Welcome. I'm here today to talk about a subject that makes a lot of people uncomfortable: money. How much money we make is not a measure of who we are as a person, but our financial well-being is a key part of how we feel about our lives. Money issues can cause a lot of stress. Let me ask you a question. If something went wrong with your car or your water heater, and you suddenly had a $400 expense, could you cover it? For many of us, the answer is no. We live paycheck to paycheck, and it can feel like we're always at risk of falling behind. Well, I'm here to tell you this. It doesn't have to be that way. You can improve your financial picture, and this series of videos is going to help. Let me show you an example of what I'm talking about. Here's a quick story from my friend, Sam.
We were both 16 when Jesse was born. I wanted to do the right thing, so I dropped out and got a job. I worked as many hours as I could, and Alana stayed home with the kids. Couldn't afford childcare. Then they cut my hours at work. We were falling more behind each month. Our landlord started talking eviction. I remembered that happening when I was little. I didn't want my kids to go through that. An old friend told me about a community action agency that had a program with rental assistance and legal help. The only catch was that I had to be taking classes to qualify. They got us a childcare subsidy so Alana could take classes too. No one in my family graduated high school. Alana and I are going to get our GEDs, and then we'll get better jobs. It's not going to happen right away, but we've got a roadmap. We can give our kids a better life than we had growing up. And that feels really good.
Sam and Alana were caught in a pattern that affects lots of us. Sam started working before graduating high school to bring in money for his new family. Alana dropped out to care for their kids. I know people who quit school and started working because a parent got ill or passed away, or they were just expected to start working to provide for younger siblings. The truth is, it is hard to get a job that pays well without a high school education. There are millions of hourly workers in the US. Having your hours reduced or facing layoffs when things slow down is a very real fear. Sam also mentioned that he had experience getting evicted when he was a child. Research shows that if you grow up in a household without much money, you're more likely to also not make very much money. But, and this is a very big but, just because you grew up poor or are struggling financially now, doesn't mean things have to stay that way. At the end of Sam's story, he mentioned that he and Alana were going to be the first in their families to graduate from high school, and that they're going to give their kids a better life than they had growing up. What Sam is talking about is called family economic mobility. Family, because we're talking about caregivers and their children. Economic. This means your income and opportunities. And mobility, because we're talking about how your income and opportunities are changing. The big goal with family economic mobility is to increase your income and opportunities. Not only is this possible, this video series will guide you on very practical ways you can increase your family's economic mobility. When Sam went to that community action agency that his friend told him about, he didn't know it, but he was taking the single biggest step he could take in improving his family's situation. He was finding the helpers in his community. Find the helpers. It sounds so simple, but think about it. Sam was frustrated with his job. He was worried about being evicted. He was ready to do something about it, but he wasn't sure what to do. He had the will and the ability. He just needed some suggestions. That's where helpers come in. Community action agencies are a great place to start when you're looking for the helpers. Sam and Alana were able to make the choices that worked for them and their family. They helped Sam and Alana get rental assistance and a childcare subsidy. And they helped them both to take a GED class so that they could get the education they needed for a better job. Did you know that there are over 1,100 community action agencies in the United States, that means there's probably one not far from you. One of my favorite things about community action agencies is that you don't have to know exactly what you want to get started. Many CAAs have something called opportunity coaching. This is the chance to have a coach work with you on identifying the things that are going well for you and how to build on what you're already doing. This one place can connect you with employment training programs, rental assistance, emergency housing, and food assistance, childcare, setting short-term and long-term goals, helping with applications for SNAP food benefits, healthcare and housing, and family support. And if they don't know the answer to a question, they'll help you find someone who does. Now, I should say that community action agencies don't have magic wands. They can't just fix all of your challenges right away. Some programs require applications. Other resources might have a waiting list. But the helpers at your CAA will be able to help you problem solve. The first step in increasing economic mobility is to achieve financial stability. Financial stability means that you and your family can meet your basic needs. When families are able to meet basic needs such as food, housing, and medical care, parents and other caregivers experience less stress, so they are better able to provide the critical support that their children need to grow into healthy, productive adults. This series will help you find new ways to achieve financial stability. We'll look at ways to find the helpers in your community. Then, we'll look at how you can work with those helpers to move from financial stability to economic mobility. This series of videos is a guide to some practical tools to help you as you build your dream. Finding extra money each week, how to get free money from the IRS, getting you and your child a bank account, how to access child disability benefits, what to do if you're missing paperwork like a birth certificate or Social Security card. To sum things up, family economic mobility means increasing the income and opportunities for you and your family. The first step to economic mobility is financial stability. The best first step you can take is to find the helpers in your community. Community action agencies are a great place to look for helpers. It's not magic. It will take some time and effort to reach your goals, but you are in charge of your economic mobility. And just like Sam and Alana, you have the strength to give your family a better life. Be sure to check out the resource guide that accompanies this video for more ideas. And watch some of our other videos on more ways you can make things better for yourself and your family. And remember, you've got this.